Hello friends, welcome to another module of this program. In this module we will discuss about the documenting and reporting of a vulnerability. If you have find a bug or a vulnerability in a website, so what is the procedure to document that report and what all things you need to add and what all things you don't need to add, what all things you need to avoid. So we will see all these things in this module. So first of all, what is the importance of reporting and documenting? So when you have found a bug or a vulnerability during the VAPT phase, then you need to document it along with the recommendations in order to produce the testing report to the management for suitable actions. And also, it is highly important to take screenshots while finding vulnerabilities, as many times it has happened that on later stages the vulnerability might not exist as the developer may have patched minor vulnerabilities before you report it. So it will be a sheer waste of time if something of that sort happens with you. Also, taking screenshots and record videos while finding vulnerability saves a lot of time, as you won't have to exploit the website again with payload just to gather POCs. So it's better during the VAPT phase you take screenshots and record videos to gather POCs. And now let's talk about how many type of VAPT reports are there. So on one side, developer will be looking at your report to patch the vulnerabilities, and on the other hand the management team or CEO, owner or officer of the organization will be looking at your report. So if you will think of a developer, so for developer the report should be technical, but in case of business report or management report it should not contain technical jargon. So in developer report there should be technical jargons, tool used and all the payloads which you have used while finding the bug, and also how to patch the bug, as the developer is concerned with the patching of the vulnerability, so he should be made aware of the technicality of the exploitability. But in case of business report, management team will be focusing towards how that vulnerability is going to impact their business. So over there should be less technical jargons and the more focus should be on how the existing vulnerability will impact the business of the company and to what extent, so that severe vulnerability will be patched immediately. Apart from that, let's talk about what is code security. Repeated articles should also be taken into consideration in code security. They are nothing but reference documents or links that helps an organization to know about the vulnerability in detail. It also includes the steps involved in patching the vulnerability. For example, what if you want to find a recommendation of a new vulnerability? In such case, make the optimum use of Google search. Type the name of the vulnerability plus patching. For example, if you are searching for CSRF, then write CSRF space patching. Now let's talk about the components that are involved in VAPT reports. So first comes the title page, then scope, then summary of findings, vulnerability information, observations and POCs, business impact, patching and recommendation, references, appendices, and end page. This is how you need to make your VAPT report. And yes, what are the tips for taking a POC? POC stands for proof of concept. Take a screenshot of everything, you might not need it, but it's better than to regret later. Cause for supposedly you're finding a vulnerability and you forgot to take a screenshot of a particular payload at that time, and later on that payload was not working and earlier it was working. So at that very moment you will realize that you could have taken the screenshot of the particular page. And also take relevant screenshot with only the required region. You don't need to add too much of the content that has been displayed on the page. You have to focus toward the relevant content. Make mute videos and use text editor to type instructions. It is much more convenient. And also make sure that the data is backed up and secure. Use Google Drive, Dropbox to constantly back up the screenshot folders and VATP project folders to the cloud. Also, make sure that these are safe and secure. If someone gets hold of this, he or she will be able to cause critical damage to the organization and you will get in trouble. So even if you are uploading it on Google Drive or Dropbox, make sure that they are safe over there. Use extremely strong password to protect your screenshots and your VAPT report. So what are the bad practices to avoid? Firstly, avoid any spelling and grammatical errors. Do not flood the report with too many irrelevant statistics. Do not write the report from a hacker's perspective, as you cannot expect the reader to understand hacking concept. Do not use screenshot in which the details are not clearly visible. To solve this issue, take multiple small screenshots of the same page instead of taking an extremely big screenshot. Also, never stretch image screenshot that you are using in the report. Use the original size. Stretching the screenshot will make them distorted. So that looks bad and comes under bad practices of VAPT report. So that's all for today. If you will follow the steps that have been mentioned in this video, then definitely your VAPT report will turn out to be very great. So thank you for watching this tutorial. So finally friends, we have come to an end of this course. Thank you so much everyone for watching this course. I hope that you must have learned numerous things via this course. Also, keep this thing in mind that this course of Bug Bounty program is just the tip of an iceberg in the field of cybersecurity. You all need to dig deeper in order to gain more knowledge and get a good grip in this field. So in the end, I'll just say create your account on Bugcrowd and HackerOne and let your bounty make the noise. So thanks a lot for watching this video and thank you so much for being part of this course. Goodbye.